has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Darkest Dungeon is about making the most of a bad situation. Heroes will die, and they will stay dead. Actions are permanent. The game expects a lot out of you. How far will you push your adventurers? How much are you willing to risk? What will you sacrifice? Thankfully, there are always fresh souls arriving on a stagecoach seeking both adventure and fame in the shadow of the Darkest Dungeon. Hey up everyone, welcome back. And today is our first episode of Darkest Dungeon, which is a bloody hard game, let me tell you that much. And boy, are we going to make it even harder by playing it on the hardest difficulty, which is known as Bloodmoon. If you don't have the DLC activated, it's just known as Stygian, but I've got both. I can't remember what they're called now. I'll check in a second. But we're going to be playing through the whole thing with Bloodmoon. It gives you a few modifiers, which makes the game quite a bit harder. And let me tell you what they'll be in a second. So we've got Crimson Court, we've got Colour of Madness, Districts come with Crimson Court, Musketeers and Flagellants are the extra characters. Musketeer is technically a 3 DLC, so if you just have the base game, you can just download the Musketeer, which is pretty decent. But let us create our first estate. Technically, it's not my first estate. I deleted my old saves because I haven't played it in a while. I'm going to start the campaign, and we are playing it on Bloodmoon. It is not for the faint of heart. Expect no quarter, no forgiveness. You must conquer the evil with a time and hero death limit. So the time limit is 100 weeks. For the people who don't know that, that's basically like 100 rounds. You get for every round, as it were, you get to go into a dungeon once. So it's basically 100 times you can go into dungeons. And to say that when you do the Darkest Dungeon, you need to do it 3 or 4 times, that means I've really only got 96 weeks to do everything else in preparation. And I can only lose 16 heroes. Which is not a lot. Pretty much time that people might die. So we're going to have to see how it goes. Similar to games like Battle Brothers and XCOM 2, Darkest Dungeon has a edited character thing. It's not as in-depth as XCOM 2, for example. You can rename characters, you can give them different colour coding, they can have certain attacks depending on their classes. There's loads of different classes to go through. So if anyone at all is interested in being named for a character, or a certain class that I could put into when they appear in my estates, feel free to leave a comment in this video, and I'll be sure to add you in as we come across our soldiers of fortune who will hopefully survive to the darkest dungeon. But without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to call the estate the Northern Estate, because it'd be weird if I didn't. The DLC's ready and rocked. Let's go. This is going to hurt a lot. Stress plays a big factor into this game, and boy, am I going to be stressed. Let's go, 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 go.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling, serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient, pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path, you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
Okay. So let's get started. So as you can see, you can already see two different classes here. You've got Reynold the Crusader, Dismas the Highwayman. Those are just two of very many classes. You always start with Reynold and Dismas. With each character comes their own quirks, both positive and negative. They can highly affect how you play the game and how you play the character. Each character has 4 combat skills, unless you're a very unique different class, because they do change. Out of a possible 7. You can change them depending on the buildings you have available at the hamlet. As it states here, they have preferred positions, they have preferred targets. Now what that means is, when you have 4 people, because you usually have 4 people in a party, you can have them in one of these positions, and each of their attacks work better or at all in certain positions. They also have their own camping skills, which we'll get to when we get to camping, their own resistances, base stats, and equipment. You can have 2 trinkets of each people. We don't have any trinkets yet, we will hopefully get some soon. And you have the base armor to start with, which we can slowly upgrade by unlocking the blacksmith by doing more missions at the hamlet. But first, we have to actually make it to the hamlet. So let's use that as our first objective. I'm going to quickly turn off tutorials. If it's on, it's off, so that's fine, because I basically know what I'm doing. Except, I've never actually finished Darkest Dungeon, so to say that we're playing on the highest difficulty, this might not turn out so great. I'm already pretty stressed out. But that's the point of the game.
Have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
I'm also going to talk as little as possible when he starts talking, because his voice is absolutely on point for this game.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Yeah! Start by opening up. Or opening him up, should I say. So, all skills have certain abilities that can activate. So, for example, I just use Dismas' Slice. It can bleed. There's some skills which can blight, which is quite similar. It's more like poison. There's stuns, there's knockbacks, etc, etc. You'll see quite a lot down the road, but for the time being, slap!
As the fiend falls,
And we get a little bit of coin. And I'm going to give Dismas a little bit of food, because food is a good little thing to heal people up, but it's not a permanent help or fixture. I'm not going to talk to Ghostman. I'm pretty sure it doesn't end well. Here we go.
this dug in.
And they're surprised. So, in some cases, when you've got the light up, there's a higher chance that the monsters will get surprised, which is what you want, because you get a 3 round, basically. The lower the light, the more chance that you get stressed, the more you get surprised. I'm always going to be playing with high light, because say I'm playing Bloodmoon, don't really want to, chance it. Right, let's cut this mother up. Bonky bonk. Alright. Careful now. So some attacks that can attack everyone. Debuffs will appear every now and then. Oh no! That could have been worse, and I resisted the knockback. Could you imagine that should have made me go flying? That's fine. Debuffs for everyone. I am just going to keep cutting into this guy. I want to bleed him to death. Which is hopefully what I will achieve. He is the biggest worry. He's not too much of a worry. He's going to slap me. He's going to slap me. That's okay. A little bit of stress, a little bit of bleed. I can manage. Cut him up! Alright. He's a dead man. I don't have to worry about him anymore. It's just the gunner at the back. Who, when he dies, I should hopefully get... He should push forward. So, I can't hit him, so what I'm actually going to do is... Reynold has an ability called Bulwark of Faith, which increases the torch and also buffs myself. And at the same time, it marks me. So there's a chance that they'll attack me more, well, Reynold more, but he's higher protected. Saying that, he's shooting Dismas anyway. Of course he is. Why would he attack the man who just marked himself? Slice! Reynold, can you finish it off? You might have killed him to the point that he's almost there. Bye-bye! Alright, nice. Got some medicinal herbs, got a jade, got some gold, we got some anti-venom. Now, I could go back to the hamlet, but I am going to quickly pop open the chest to see if there's anything of use in there. And it's a trap! And he's blighted. Welcome to Darkest Dungeon. Quest complete. And there we go. That's the first, that's like the tutorial. So it's supposed to be easy. As you see with this little face, that means that Reynold has gained a quirk during this dungeon. So see what he's got. He has got anemic. He has got minus 10% bleed resistance. Now the okay thing about quirks is once you unlock like the sanatorium and the medical center, you can actually remove bad quirks and lock in positive quirks so they don't change, because they can change as well. Let's head to the hamlet. Yeah, this estate looks like a piece of shit. What have you been doing? It is wrecked, my friend. Okay, so, as you can see, we've got loads of different buildings accessible to us, but none of them are unlocked yet. You can see the Darkest Dungeon just hiding in the background there. We have some trinkets, which are usable to upgrade town buildings. You can also exchange these trinkets to have other trinkets. Some are worth more than others, and you're going to need certain trinkets to upgrade certain buildings. It'll make more sense once you see it. We have our two bros. We have no trinkets at all, as you can imagine. This is sort of a glossary, which I don't think we're really going to need, because I've got a generally good head about Darkest Dungeon. So the options, and that is the objectives. So you've got a billion quest goals for all the monsters and bosses to kill. Obviously, we're going to be trying to hoon it and go straight into the Darkest Dungeon as quickly as we can, because we've only got like 100 weeks. Now, we've technically only got like 96 weeks. We'll kill who we can and give nothing back. But it's always going to go that way. Here's a stagecoach. We can recruit some new heroes. It always, I'm pretty sure it always starts off with the Plague Doctor and Vestal.
All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
That's good to know, because we need more heroes, so sign up. So we'll take the Plague Doctor.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
Couldn't say it better myself, and the Vestal.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
So, as you can probably imagine, the Vestal is a healer, so her preferred position doesn't really work out too much, especially with what she's got. She's got Divine Grace, which is a heal, Judgment, which technically heals herself and is ranged. Mace is a good good old slap to the face, and Hand of Light is good against Unholy. She's also got Warrior of Light, she's got Paranormania, and she's got a Torn Rotator Cuff, so minus 5% melee skill. The Plague Doctor is more of a poison character, as you can probably imagine. She does heal as well, and she's really good because she can heal, blight, and bleed, which is super useful. And she can also clear corpses. That's something you haven't come across yet, is when you kill something, corpses can be left, which means they're stuck in place, so you need to destroy them before you can get to the other juicy people to murder. So I'm going to stick with these guys for the time being, because that's all I can.
Most will end up here. covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
Sad. So as you can see, we've got our death limit here of 16 hero deaths. I cannot go over that or the game just ends. It's quite intense, especially with what's to come. We've also got the Ancestors' Memories,
The tragic extent of my failings.
which will fill out the more bosses that we kill and the more stuff we do in the Crimson Court, Colour of Madness, and the actual Darkest Dungeon.
Trinkets and charms, gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
The Nomad Wagon is for trinkets, as you can probably see, but they are expensive as hell right now, so I'd rather just find some in a old dungeon. So, let us embark on our first quest, and hope that nobody dies and everyone comes back safely. Embark!
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Beautiful. So, please someone ask to be a character because I can't pronounce some of these character names. So, her third position is third and fourth. Grise is pretty non-existent. So you can do it in the third section. Yeah, there's no... I can't really do that on there. I could put Dismas into third position, but then we can open Vein. Oh, in that case, you go there, the Vestal goes there, although she can't heal in second position, which is a real pain. Divine Comfort would have been better, but I am just going to have to deal with it for the time being. Judgment can't be done. She can only do Hand of Light and Mace Bash. So actually, no, she can go in third. And then Belu can go into fourth position. I haven't got the best Vestal to start with, to be honest. If you have like certain compositions as well, you have certain ones which are called it. Red Hook is actually the company that made Darkest Dungeon, and these are like the four like bog standard first in heroes. This is why it's called Red Hook. So we've only got the ruins unlocked to begin with. There's obviously the Cove, the Warrens, the Weald, the Farmstead, and the Courtyard. Courtyard is Crimson Court. Farmstead is part of the Colour of Madness. Ruins, Warren, Weald, and Cove is all part of the base game. And you've also got the districts down here as well, which we will get to. But first things first, let's do our first embarkate? Journey, quest into the ruins. So as you see the goals, explore 90%. That means it doesn't need camping. All medium and long quests do require camping, or it does give you a possibility to do it. But for this one, it's just an apprentice, it's a short quest, let's go do the provisions. So you want to get...
The preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
So you want to get as much food as possible. I say as much food as possible. You want to get a decent amount, because you can just blow through it, and there's a lot of like food checks every now and then, and you don't want to die to food checks. It is just not a good time. Get a decent amount of torches. I'll take one shovel, I'll take one bandage, I will take one key, and I will take one anti-venom. Oh no, I've already got an anti-venom. I will sell that back. That's going to be horror. Combat Debo is something bad as well. I'm not taking any bloody chances, alright? Let's us embark. Okay. First journey, let's see what happens. Both the Vestal and the Plague Doctor are already stressed, which is a great start. This, as you can see, this is the first area we've got to get through. Little small dots are the parts we walk through, the big parts are the actual room parts. So first I'm going to move to that room, we'll see what happens. I've only have to explore 90% of the rooms, so it's probably all but one. We'll see what secrets are along the way. Now you'll always get curios across your travels. In this case, it's just torch, which I'll happily take. There's others which can go one way or the other, and can lead to positive and negative effects, as you'll see down the line. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, the skeleton boys. Right. Let's get cracking, shall we? Opening a vein on a skeleton is no point, just on the basis that they don't take bleed damage. As you can probably guess, they're skeletons. Disorienting blast, shuffle single, stuns. Well, not the greatest thing. Also, he's only got 10% stun resistance, and he resisted the stun. Classic. Judgment. Nice. With Judgment, it's a ranged attack, and she also heals herself. Now, I'm going to do Zealous Accusation, which can hit both of them at the same time. Should wipe out the guy at the back, and also basically deal with most of this Bone Rebel, who is specifically slapping Dismas. Not very nice, is he? Better give him a little bit of a heal. It's only one, but one can be the difference between life and death in this land. Slap!
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Nice. Bit of monies. Now, contents are mine. Shovel,
Reward for a task well performed.
citrine, and crests. Now, as you'll see, crests and busts and portraits are all useful. What's the other one? I'll see it in a second. Are all useful for upgrading your town or hamlet. So you want to take as many of those as possible, because you will need them to upgrade everything. Let us continue. Ah, rubble! Good thing I brought that trusty shovel,
Bent on preventing passage.
because otherwise we'd have to dig it out with our hands, and boy is that stressful. Alright. Shooter! Here comes the stress, boys! Oh, wow. Dismas, buddy. We're already dying, man. I need to get her in a better position so she can heal. Come on, boys, start critting. I need some crits. I could easily heal him. Could. What's she taking? 4 damage per round. She's dead. So since she's dead, I'm just going to use my time to... I know it's only 1 HP, but it's worth it.
Slow death. Unforeseen.
Pew pew pew! Oh, you missed! That would have been a clutch moment, my friend. Well, let's get rid of at least one of them.
Onslaught. Destroy them.
Yeah, slap Reynold, that's fine. He can take it. He could take it
Therefore,
and deliver it right back.
maintain the offensive.
Oh, the blood. The blood. Blood, 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 blood. Right. So I really need her to be in a... Oh no, she is in that position. She can do it. Oh, Dismas, you're already quite injured, buddy. There you go. Have 2 food. That should keep you going. On to the next journey. Nothing here, which is good. I am just gonna bring the light back up a bit. With it being on Bloodmoon difficulty as well, the light goes out faster. Because of course it does. Ooh, what's in the sack?
If only
like that.
treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Hello, Joe! And they're surprised. Beautiful, that's what we need. Right. How much damage does that do to each of them? Not loads, to be honest. Might as well just bleed him instead. Or, you know, just resist it, which is also fine. Plague grenade her. Blight her. Give him a bit of a Helio. And Righteous. Zealous Accusation. No, she's gonna slap me back. Am I gonna resist? I mean, is Reynard gonna resist? Yes, he is. It was a... Ooh, it was a graveyard slash. Good. I needed that dodge. She's gonna stress out a Vestal. See, stress attacks are just as bad. Ooh, he's on 2. He's on 4. We need to make a difference here.
As the fiend falls,
Now see, the body has appeared now. I am just going to heal Reynold of his bleed and also cure him a little bit. And also give him a big old heal. Because he is going to need it. And now he can slap down! Okay. Shoot her! Shoot her! Ah, damn it. Really? You're dodging everything? Hiya! And then she dies from the blight. Nice. There's the busts. Oh boy, this is interesting. Right. Good thing about the heirloom chest is this is why I brought the key. Because it unlocks a hidden compartment and gives us even more stuff. Still got space for it all. Alright, Reynold, have some food. Right, I am kind of gauging it a little bit. Man, it is the first one. It's been pretty dicey already. 10% stress for 2 rounds? I don't think so. Let's go. Oh, also, before I forget, let's quickly just give us a little bit more light. Ooh! Now, I didn't see that. In some cases, you can see the traps. But in that case, I did not see the trap. Hello? No, we're good. Right. Move on. Right, Reynold, don't steal anything. With Reynold being a kleptomaniac, it can be sometimes
Trinkets and baubles. Paid for in
when he can just steal stuff. He is now a full boy, so I'm actually going to feed up Dismas a little bit. And also give Grey a little bit of health as well. I can marry them up a little bit, so it's not completely overloaded with food. Oh, let's just pop the torch back on. See, here come the hunger pains. Fortunately, because I've got food, it's no problem. If I had no food, they would become a lot more stressed right now, which we do not need nor want. Let's see what's behind door number 6. Nothing. Just how I like it currently. So it being 90%, I should only need to now get to this last part. Is he still full? He's still a full boy. Alright, let's go. Please God. Well, it's a good thing I found that other shovel, isn't it? Pop the torch on. And let's see what's in, I assume, the final room. Ah, Bone Courtiers. The Stress Boys. As you now see. 4 to 8, 5 to 9. Oh man, I just wanted to get rid of one of them, but I guess not. Plague them. Whilst they are not, can't really bleed skeletons, you can plague them! Whoa! Nice. Oh, come on! Thank you. Oof. Oh, Vestal might be about to become very stressed. As soon as it gets to 100, something bad does happen, let me tell you. Well, something bad or good. It could go either way, depending. Oh, all these dodges are really helping. Come on. Alright. Shoot him! They're both gonna die from the old Blighteroonie. Ah, Reynold, you beautiful man. And now, please heal yourself. Please. Alright, Reynold, what's his stun resistance like? Not great. Slap him. Oh, come on. Let's just make sure that... Oh. I think they'll die anyway. He's only got 6, he's going to take 8. Yeah, they're all going to die anyway, which is fine. I'll do some damage and also gain some health back by doing that.
This is how a life is taken.
Opening wound's not really doing much, but it's the only one I can do with that, so I might as well. Just because it doesn't do bleed doesn't mean it doesn't do damage. And finish him!
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Beautiful end. Alright, so we got more crests, we got some more busts, and we actually got a trinket. So I can actually pop that onto someone. So I'll pop that for the time being on Reynold, because it gives him plus 10% damage if the torch is above 75, plus 5 accuracy if the torch is above 75. It does give him more stress though. But, don't need to worry about that. I'm just going to continue adventuring right now, just so I can open this chest with the final key, and see what beholds us. Deeds. Was that the one I forgot about? Maybe it was. Ah, I'm out of room. Right, that's fine. I'll eat that food. Plop it in there. And that's the first deep dive into the ruins complete. And everyone survived. Whew. Anything you bring back as well that you've bought in the shop before you go to before you embark, if you bring it back, you just basically get your money back. Got another trinket as well, which is good for disease resist, so that'd be quite good to put on someone. We got 20 crests, but crests are the most regular one to find. Well, getting 10 busts is pretty good though. Alright, extra XP, both Grey and Blue leveled up to level 1. She's pretty stressed, so we're going to have to deal with that soon. They've all gained different quirks, except our Plague Doctor. So Reynold has now got less stun resist. Dismas has now got, oh god, minus 5% crit range skills. And Grey intends need to do specific actions. She is now compulsive. Where are all the positive quirks hiding? Return to town. Now, the Butcher Circus is the most recent DLC, and it's a free DLC. I personally have never actually played it. So I'm not going to play it right now, but I might look into it and play it in further episodes, because the fact that it's 10 stress from all heroes, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I don't know why that's highlighting there, because nobody's dead. Alright, so a few places will have opened now, so the Abbey is now open.
The cobwebs have been dusted, the pews set straight. The Abbey calls to the faithful.
Now Grey is pretty stressed out. So I'm going to take her into the Abbey. Now it costs to de-stress people, so I will put her in the transept, and hopefully that drops down. The others aren't too bad. The tavern's also open.
Fresh kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
Now, in some cases, you can't put people in certain areas. For example, Dismas cannot go gambling, because he is a sneaky boy and a known cheat, so he won't be going there anytime soon. And as for old Reynold, he only wants to go to the commune. He will only pray. So I can only put Reynold in the Abbey. And annoyingly, the caretaker is currently enjoying the cloister, so I can't even put him in there. Blacksmith and Guild still aren't open yet. Sanitarium still isn't open yet. They'll slowly come through as they go. Survivalist is not open yet either. Yeah, so the more quests we start doing, the more these places open up, the more we can start upgrading, the more abilities we can start upgrading. We can have more access to like stress buildings. I mean, for example, right now, if I wanted to, I could actually upgrade, and I think I will. So if you upgrade it, it increases stress recovery, and it also slowly opens up all the little like parts where it's like locked in, so you can have 3 people in the same place at some points. So I will increase the stress recovery of the bar.
With enough ale, maybe they can be inured against the horrors below.
And I will also reduce the treatment cost. And then I can put old Billy in there for a quick pint. That way she'll be a lot better for the next one. Now, let's see what heroes we got. Ooh, Abominations. Abominations were interesting. I'm actually quite a big fan of them. So I will take that.
Tortured and reclusive, this man is more dangerous than he seems.
Why, yes, he is. And don't worry, you'll get to see why. And then the Occultist, the other sort of healer who's pretty good. He is an interesting take.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
So I'm going to have a quick look at the stagecoach, see how I can upgrade that. I can upgrade the number of available heroes. I can upgrade the roster, because we've only got 9. 6 out of 9. Very nice. Experience recruits is quite good, because you start getting like level 2, level 3, level 4 characters, but you need certain prerequisites to do it. So I need to increase the weapon smithing and armor smithing and instructor mastery to level 2. And we don't even have those buildings yet, so we're going to have to wait for that. But I will increase the number of available heroes to 3. And I will also increase the roster to 12. Because I'm going to need the people. And also, hopefully not lose them all in the interim. 16 people! Can't lose 16 people! Or 17. I wonder if it starts at 16. Or you can have 16 dead and then 17 is the final nail. Regardless, let's not even get to that yet. So let's have a quick look at our Abomination. He's a natural, so 20% XP, max HP when wearing no trinkets, 20% healing when wearing no trinkets. Wow, I am not going to be putting any trinkets on Nalond then. Although he has got satanophobia, so he's stressful against the unholy, and he's got night blindness, which hopefully will never happen because I don't expect the torch to go below 26. Now, the Abomination is one of those special classes where they have 7 abilities, and that's because the Abomination transforms into a crazy werewolf man, and he is cool as balls. So everyone who wants to play the werewolf man better jump into the comments quickly and get your name down, because he is a great character to be. And then you've got currently Versailles, who is the occultist, who is a cove explorer, so he gets 10% scouting chance in the cove, which means it reveals more of the map in that area. And he's also got a natural eye of range skills, although he's got abyssal artillery, which is a range skill, weakening curse. Okay, he's mostly got range skills. Abyssal artillery is a great skill, but word reconstruction is the big one, where it can do a crazy amount of healing or no healing at all, and then bleed your guys. 0 to 13 is a very crazy amount of times where it happens, where it crits at 0 and then bleeds your guys. He's also fascinated with injury, wounds, and tortures. You probably could imagine with an occultist, and he's also clumsy, so his dodge has gone down a petit peu. Yeah, so he's not bad. He isn't bad at all, and that's a good start. I'm also going to drag myself down a little bit so you can actually see the man. I need to find a really good position for my camera. I could actually like slightly make myself smaller, put myself here. I am now part of the roster. Cool. I would say that is a pretty good place to leave it. I know this video's gone on for a little bit because we had the introduction and everything, but we've done our first quest, we've hired some more people, and I think we're ready to dive back in at the start of the next episode. As always, if you've enjoyed this episode, feel free to leave a like, feel free to leave a comment, and feel free to subscribe to the channel, as always, by clicking the helmet that appears on your screen right about now. Make sure you hit the bell as well to get notifications for new episodes of this playthrough and other playthroughs for now. Ciao for now.